Welcome to ReFrench Your Brain. Bienvenue, a session where you can stretch your brain and presented by Ollie. Don't forget to embark your heart. Let's go! Whoops, hello everyone. Thank you so much for with your patience. We are live. I'm just checking if I am live. I'm vocal. How are you feeling today? We are talking about emotions, and here is Sharon on stage. Welcome, Sharon.
Hello, Ollie.
Welcome, Sharon. And we are vocal. We are live. So it's amazing. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm
Always
doing
excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm also excited to be here. I'm doing well. It's a bit hot. I don't know how to translate in Fahrenheit, but it's 31 degrees Celsius. So it's
Uh
kind
huh.
of high. And I'm happy to share the stage with you for this special hour. Of course, you are free to jump off anytime. Uh, we
Hmm.
are adults, so it's amazing to see you, and you dedicating time with me. So, how was your day until now?
How was what? My
How
day?
was your day? Yeah.
My day was actually really good, thank you. And yours?
My day was amazing. I feel really blessed. I am
Hey,
enjoy because yesterday and today I was seeing someone that is becoming a friend that is from Trinidad and Tobago. So it's my
nice.
first friend from Trinidad and Tobago that I see face to face, and she's amazing. So amazing moments together to enjoy good food, good company, good discoveries, helping her to discover Brussels and the good food. So this evening I was enjoying fish, and she was enjoying mussels.
Sounds delicious.
That's it. That's it. In French, it's a moule, Moules, and there are two meanings about that. It could be the mussels, like the little black shells with
Mm-hmm.
some the sea mollusk, the sea,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it could be also a container that is used to pastry. You put
Oh,
some
cool.
the you make a mixture with wheat or anything. You put in
Mm-hmm.
there, you make in the oven, and it's going to be anything. It could be like for pastry. So that's
Cool.
moule, but it's like it's I think it derives from that. So aside that, I'm doing fine, and I'm happy to welcome anyone on the comments or anyone on stage. Also, I placed the link, so I'm very glad to see you, and I will be very glad to see if there are others that will join. So, what would you like to explore about emotions in French?
Hmm. Honestly, I think you know, Ollie, that mental health and emotions um, is something that I'm very passionate about. So, um, I think what would I would like to explore about emotions and in French? I would like to, I guess I'm trying to figure out a way to word this question. So, if you need me to clarify, let me know. But what came to my mind, Ali, when you asked me that question was, you know, I'm from America, you're from Belgium, and your primary one of your primary languages is French. So I was just wondering about the cultural differences in how emotions are looked at, like in France, and um, maybe in Belgium where you're from, and also like some word like how words can have a double meaning and stuff, and words can be different in one language than the other. So along with what I just said, I'm just wondering, um, what are some words in French used to express one's emotions? You know.
Oh, in fact, good question, by the way, because I was thinking first, as I don't know the difference between America and Belgium, I was ready to check to my search engine to make this work. Like, what are the difference between US and Belgium, France, when it comes to emotion?
Well, I meant more in terms of, maybe I didn't explain. I
Yeah,
know that you. I meant more in the word in the word, in words used to express emotions,
yeah, exactly.
in the language. You know.
Yeah,
Um, so if I
yeah.
didn't, because I know that this is your expertise, so I'm not asking you to get into the psychology or the cultural differences
Mm,
per se, because I know that that could be a whole other show. um, but just I know that different languages have different ways of expressing emotions, right, and different words used to express emotions. Some may be similar, but so that's where I was going with it.
Yeah. So I can start about the vocabulary about expression. So I know that in English it could be I am or I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am sad or I feel sad. And am is the verb à tout faire. It's the verb that is used passe-partout. Is really like do or make or you know. And then
Mm-hmm.
there are more typical vocabulary. I feel, which is already like tapping into the physicality. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And here in French, like it could be also je suis content, je suis en colère, je suis malheureux, je suis triste, je suis surpris. Or it could be je me sens. And so je
Mm-hmm.
me sens, it literally could be I feel myself
Okay.
because there is a difference between je sens. Sometimes people are say je sens que to say I feel, but the word sentir without the pronoun like je sens, it's more about the smell. Je sens le brûlé. I smell burn.
Mm-hmm.
And that you for the emotion you say je me sens because it's about je and we never see je me sens to say like I smell not good, we never see
Yeah.
that, but it's like je me sens oula, there is a fly, so I was feeling the fly on my skin and then I see the fly out there, so bear with me, I'm sorry, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It is life. The fly is over. So as long as it's not bothering me, it's okay. Else, if it's still bothering me, I'm going to uh, not be fair. But it's like my primary reaction with insect. When I'm in the space at home with insect, they are part in nature. So I don't know how this intrusive insects came in. But if I'm distracted, it's because I see this insect going around me. And I don't like that, but it's okay. So je me sens, I feel myself, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is the emotion. And sometimes it's generic, like the core emotions. Sometimes else it's like precise. Um, and then you can say also for a specific emotion, I am, je suis étonné. So you can do both.
Okay.
Do you have anything about English aside I am and I feel?
There's I am. There's I feel. Trying to think. Those are the two big ones, honestly. It's I am, I feel. I'm trying to think. No, because really that's how they're that's how the emotional verbs, are conjugated with the I am, I feel. Um, unlike with Spanish where you would put the emotion first, it kind of
Hmm.
like would be sad I am kind of thing,
Yeah,
you know.
because
So
I don't know, because it's strange, because emotions are quite important, I feel. And there are, when you talk about something like drinking or eating or doing, there are more vocabulary.
yeah,
Like I make food, or I prepare food, I cook food, I
yep,
I yeah. So there are many vocabulary, like I speak, I murmur, I
yep,
shout. Yeah, I tell, whether it's about the intensity, the speed, or the way of saying. But with emotions, I think, like, there is not so much vocabulary. And although the words in themselves, there are hundreds and hundreds of different ways to express emotions. Like,
hmm,
je suis en colère, je suis irrité, I am irritated, I am angry. There are multiple nuances out there, but not for the verbs to express that.
exactly. There's a lot of different ways and words that you can use to express the particular emotion, but
Mhm.
not the what, for lack of a more technical term, the what comes before it. So I can say I'm frustrated, I can say I'm irritated, I can say, because a lot of the words, um, they'll have their primary definition, but a lot of the words have definitions that overlap. If somebody says they're angry, well, anger can be a form of frustration. You know what I'm saying? or
Hmm.
or frustration can be expressed in the form of anger. So there's a lot of different ways that you can express your emotion, but it's usually started out with I feel or I am. And a lot of times it's more natural, for lack of a better way to say it, for people to, or more common for people to say I'm frustrated, I'm sad, I'm this. But a lot of times when I'm working with clients, for one, I try to get them to start to incorporate the I feel, so that they are expressing their feelings, and and also they can become it helps them get deeper in their expression of their feelings and become more communicative of their feelings.
Yeah. What I realize also is that they are more in their minds. It's
Mm-hmm.
when it's the way they reply that you can tell if they are in their mind, or if they are in their body, or in their heart.
Right.
Because if you have explanations from them, then it's in the mind. If it's like, oh, I feel goosebumps, I feel, and then they describe emotions like, I feel little tension out there, then they are connecting to the body.
Right.
And I see that there are sometimes you can express emotions without feel, but with verbs. So, for instance, I am relieved.
Yes,
I
that is true.
like, or to overcome a loss. It took me a while to get over the loss. I'm just quoting something
Right.
because I was going to go to artificial intelligence just to see if there are something that I was missing. But stir up, to evoke strong emotion. So, for instance, um, talking about this topic stirs up a lot of emotions. It's evoking.
Yep. Evoke
Yeah.
means to
So,
evoke means
yeah.
to bring up, um, and it's used around emotional conversation, like to bring, like you said, to bring up a lot of emotion.
Hmm.
Um, that book or that movie evoked a lot of, uh, evoked a lot of feelings, or
Mm.
evoked a lot of sadness,
Yeah,
happiness, or
yeah,
joy.
yeah. And the best synonym, I think it's not so. It's I prefer evoke, but there is a synonym that generates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like as a consequence, this is generating.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Evoke
And
talks more about evoke. When you use the word evoke, you're really focusing and concentrating on the emotion. When you
mm,
say something is generating something, it's more, it you can generate emotion, but usually when you're people will use the word evoke in place of generate when they're talking about emotions. Not all the time, not all the
mm.
time, but usually.
Yeah,
Um,
so now I would like to remind people that they can comment if they want. I see just one person live, but it's okay. There will be also the replay team. And I would like also to say for the people are joining right now, feel free to join on stage. Aside that, I can also switch the gears. I was learning this expression, by the way, to something that I can share because it's about the nervous system. And of course, it's about the vocabulary of the nervous system in French that might interest you because so I will first go to the dictionary because it's about the definition and so to evoke new words. So système nerveux from system and nerveux, so nervous system, and it's in anatomy, biology or medicine. Réseau d'organes comportant les nerfs, le cerveau et la moelle épinière. And so it means a system, a network of organs having the nerves, the brain, and the moelle épinière. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to check in English. Spinal something, I think. Yeah, spinal cord. So moelle épinière, the spinal cord. And so there are multiple nervous systems so that I can check each of that, even if it's not so much known. But so it's I think it's the autonomous nervous system. This one, the autonomic nervous system. Then there is the central nervous system. I think central nervous system. Enteric, I really don't know. It's really too much. Uh,
there's also the sympathetic nervous system.
yeah. So enteric is enteric. Uh, Extrapyramidal. The first time that I see that, there is no translation, by the way. So it's really orthosympathetic. Orthosympathetic. There is no translation neither, but it's like a synonym of sympathetic. So parasympathetic, as you see, and so it's in English parasympathetic nervous system. Um, Pyramidal dito, they don't have any peripheral nervous system. Yeah, peripheral, and then the sympathetic. Here, sympathetic nervous system, and so here in the pronunciation you see
Système nerveux.
Système nerveux.
voilà, système nerveux, nervous system, système nerveux. And here you have an example with a picture with all the terms in French. Of course, you will probably not understand the whole, but I see SNC, brachial plexus, cranial nerve, the different nerves, the lombic nerve, plexus lombaire, and the sacred plexus. And so the ones that I remember, the moelle épinière, the spinal cord that you've seen, the brain, and the cervelet. I really don't know. It's like the little brain. cervelet, it's like the little brain. Then all that I understand, because there are a lot of jargon and I don't know, le nerf vague, that's the vagus nerve. It's called in French le nerf vague. And then I see, uh, yeah, the rest is quite kind of too much jargon, even for me. Sciatic, that's when you have issues about your leg and you have increased sciatic, you cannot walk anymore. It's probably from this nerve. And yeah, so you have all the femoralis femur, so like so it's really all around the body, you know. It's incredible. It goes from the head to the feet. So it's really the equivalent of the skeleton, but for the nerves. So that's really inspiring. What do you think? Oh, you are muted.
Sorry. The
Yeah.
human body is quite miraculous, and
Mhm.
it's quite comprehensive, and it's really, when we really stop to think about it, it it never it I'm always marvel at the fact that, we are made up of all of these different systems, of these nerves and these bones and these joints, and it all works together to keep us thinking, functioning, moving, breathing, all of it. And
Mm.
it's some of it's voluntary, some of it's involuntary, but it all has to work together in order for us to
Mhm.
to function appropriately. So it's really, it's mind blowing to think of just how complex the human body is, but yet how smoothly the human body works together. I do know, like in my own case, yes, I have a neurological disability, so obviously my nervous system and my muscle system, they don't work like yours does, or like somebody without. But even with that, I marvel at how miraculous the body is, and I also, on the flip side of that coin, marvel at how a one small event, it doesn't have to be a big event, one small event could really change how the human body functions, you know?
Mm.
So it's amazing to me how complex um the human body is.
Yes, exactly. And that anything could be, in fact, we are focusing more on what's wrong, and we should be really in awe, in gratitude about what functions well, no
Exactly.
matter what. Even for people that are having health difficulties, they are able to be alive. That's already an amazingness in itself, because there are
Yep.
multiple people that has heart attacks, AVC, all this kind of dysregulation that led the body to separate from the soul, and they
Hmm.
are gone, and they are not anymore able to partake into the 3D world, and they are away. So imagine that if we were able to count in the humanity all the people that were in this world 20 years ago until now that are not alive anymore, we will not be 8 billion. We will probably be 12 billion, because
Hmm.
in 20 years there are people that from one, or even at birth, few days at birth or before birth, they are not living, and there are people that are living up till 100 and few years old.
Hmm.
So in 20 years of time, there were 4 more billion people that were living into the planet. And then for a reason, could be like the age, could be a car accident, could be a murder, could be
Mm-hmm.
body dysfunction, then poof, they are out of their body.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like living um, millions and millions and millions of minutes, it's already a blessing. Uh, Thousands and thousands of days, it's already a blessing.
I agree. I
Mm.
absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
Every day is a gift. I know that sounds very, very cliche, but every day is a gift. And um, the thing I wanted to say, Ollie, and you and I have had many conversations about this, both online and offline. Um, I firmly believe in focusing on people's abilities and as you say, what is working, and being in gratitude for what is working as opposed to focusing on what's not working. And if you're going to focus on what's not working, then I like to encourage people to focus at it from the standpoint of, okay, this isn't working, how can we find a solution for this?
Mm.
And if there isn't a concrete solution, because like it can't be fixed right now with the knowledge that we have, then the solution is gaining acceptance into that. And, acceptance is to tie it back to the subject that we started this, you started this on emotions, you know, people who learn to, come from a place of gratitude and also a place of acceptance have an easier time regulating their emotions than people who do not come from a place, don't know how to come from a place of gratitude or learn to, come to a place of acceptance about the things they can control versus the thing that they can't control. So
Mm.
I'm very much so about focusing on gratitude and abilities and things of that nature,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, because they are fighting to themselves. They are
Yeah,
not accepting, so they are fighting, and they are not directing the energy about abundance, but about lack.
right.
Yeah.
And so the where you focus is where your energy goes, right? And where your energy is drawn to.
Yeah.
So how you can learn to regulate your emotions better or more effectively is um, by beginning to notice. The first step is beginning to notice, where are you putting your focus. And
Yeah.
if you're putting your focus from a place of lack, then of course that's going to bring up more negative emotions, you
Mm.
know. So we have we as human beings have more control over how we feel than we sometimes give ourselves credit for. I'm not
Mm.
saying that events aren't going to happen that are going to make you feel happy, sad, frustrated. The events will happen and you will feel those things, but where you then place your focus and for how long will determine which one of those emotions are going to lead the way,
Mm.
if that
Yeah,
makes
exactly. And it's about taking time to digest and to see, ooh, that's interesting. What is my response to that? What do I want
sense.
to respond? And for some people they are doing really softly. Some for other people they are reacting, and then it might be never or years later or days later, but then they are okay. Let me rewind the story. Let me respond to this, and then they
Hmm.
are aware, and then they are realizing that the most important is to not repress the emotion. It's to allow the less time possible between the emotion and then the appropriate response.
Absolutely, because if you suppress, it's a known researchable fact that if you suppress your emotions, eventually you cannot keep repressing them. Eventually the emotions will win out and it will become like a volcano,
Yeah,
and you will eventually erupt and become more reactive than you will responsive.
yeah, yeah.
And that
Because energy in motion, that means the energy of moving from within to outside. And I feel like if you are be stuck with your emotion, you don't let them go. That means that they are part of your body. Thus
right.
the word, the famous sentence, the body keeps the score, because when the emotions are still in the body, then it's not evacuated and the body is taking the energy that could be out.
Yep,
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah. So aside that, I was you pointed two interesting words like cliche and focus. So both are used at different ways, but they came from the photography, because cliché as an adjective, of course, in French, it's common, done again, banality, and something that is really cliché, really used. But then in the noun is in print or photography. In the print, a stick, a planche from the clichage. It's a kind of a plaque, and so it's the same photography. Is the negative épreuve. So épreuve négative. I don't know if they are. Yeah, they are putting in two words. Épreuve in photo, photography. Um, yeah. Let's say proof. Yeah, it's a proof, or it's a rush, I think. So it's anything that is used for making a picture, photography. So it's the original. So
Hmm.
cliché is really interesting because it became as an adjective, like you have it in French, and they pronounce it. I'm really curious because in France,
Cliché.
cliché, and then in English they pronounce it
Cliché.
cliché. So they are more like in French cliché, and in English cliché. It's more like
Hmm.
the vowels are are longer, and in that it's a commonplace, lieu commun, and so that's interesting to see that the picture is, and it's also there is a verb cliché. I was not knowing that, by the way, but it's because it's old, and yeah, it's from the noise of a typography matrix that are falling into the middle. So it's onomatopoeia. It means like uh, I think the sound would be I think, I don't know. So making it, it's a verb also. It's to make planche, or yeah. So it's really interesting, the different, and it's to dump, to flush, but to flush it's in the IT. So that's really interesting. So, and aside that, oh, I'm trying to see if there is a fly that goes there, and I don't know if it's, yeah, or it's okay. So aside that, what would you like to explore in terms of emotion? We have still 10 minutes, and then we can illuminate someone, and then we can talk about a story and an event.
Okay. Um. So so teach me some French vocabulary around emotions.
Oh, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. So, because there are a lot of things to say, I would say go back to the 6 or 7 previous sessions, because I was telling a lot about the 6 emotions and some vocabularies. But
Okay.
let's say, tell me an emotion in particular.
So how do you say joyful or happy?
And that's really amazing because I was seeing some wheel of emotions, and the words were different. It could be joie, heureux, or bonheur. And so joie is joy, and
Okay.
it's from Latin gaudia, and gaudium, to rejoice, se réjouir, to rejoice.
How do you say excited?
Excited, excité. And that's really a good question that will go there, because it could be both interpreted. As you see, excité as an adjective, it could be which is in state of excitation, so excité. But it could be also to have a sexual stimulus. So, for instance, if I say to someone, "Tu m'excites," it's more like sexual. So that's a good thing to know, to not confound them.
You don't want to mix those two up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I was learning, by the way, the hard way, because I was on Zoom and I was telling to a guy. It was an English community, and my camera was not open, was closed. And I was saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I will turn on soon." I was writing, "I'm sorry, I will turn on soon." And do you
Yeah.
laugh about that?
What say again? I missed
I
the
will
last.
I will turn on soon.
Yeah, and so that could be that could be interpreted both
That's it.
different
That's
ways.
that means I'm going to be sexy there, like, oh, I'm going to be turn on soon. Ah, you know. And the same with excité, by the way. So I would have said, I will turn my camera on soon, but not I will turn on soon.
Yep. That's you got to That's what you got to be careful with languages, because you got to make sure that you're not, you know, saying something in a different way, you know? I've
Yeah,
had that happen a few times.
yeah, because there are also, I think it is the same in English. There are verbs in English where there are different meanings depending if it's from the verb be or have.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's the same in French. With yeah, some verbs that have different meanings, like je suis or j'ai. So, do you want to explore other emotions? And then we are going to close this in 5 minutes, and then we will talk
So
about
what I have a
eliminating.
question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite emotion, Ollie?
Um, I hesitate between joy and surprise. But the good thing, I think I'm going to place joy, because surprise could be a bad surprise.
Yes, it could.
Like I could receive a fine in my mailbox, and it will be a surprise, but it will be a bad surprise.
Exactly.
So I don't want to select sadness. I don't want to select fear, or anger, yeah, or even disgust. So I would select joy.
I wasn't expecting you to pick a negative emotion. You're a very joyful person, and you like to spread joy and share and, light others up and shine their light. And so you shine your light. So I know that you're human, and you you experience negative emotions, but I know that's not the emotions you would pick as your favorite.
Hmm.
Like most people, but I know you well.
Yeah, but sometimes it's good to also experience sadness, to have some tears because it's really releasing. And by instance, your dog is very happy and he wants to grab your attention.
She wants to be fed, but I just asked my son to feed her.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah,
It's her
yeah,
dinner time. It's her dinner time, and she's very impatient. That's why I was muting myself so you wouldn't have to listen to the barking.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. So I will change a bit my formula. I want to let you illuminate someone from our community in LinkedIn.
Awesome. So who are we illuminating today, my friend?
I don't know. It's up to you to choose. It was like our. It's now
Oh,
as you are on
it's up to
stage.
me. It's up to me to choose.
Exactly, because it's exceptional. It's the
Okay.
1,000
Okay.
days.
I'd like to illuminate you.
Oh, no, 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 no. It doesn't work like that.
Why not?
Because it's my session, and then you can illuminate me in your session if you want. But as
Okay.
it's
So
my
I'll
session.
illuminate you in my session. You got a deal. Okay. Well, so on that note, let's illuminate um let's illuminate somebody that I've been working very closely with. Um and let's illuminate Lonnie Ray. L O
Okay.
you're not okay, you know how to spell her name.
Yeah, of course. I know, Ronnie. Yeah, yeah, of course. I'm glad to illuminate her again because I was illuminating her probably 4 to 5 weeks ago,
Oh, I
and
didn't know.
no,
You want to
no,
choose
no.
somebody else?
You can. There is no preemption limit. You can illuminate even a
Well, the
few days at
reason I
distance.
wanted the reason I wanted to illuminate Lonnie is because Lonnie is doing some really amazing work. Um,
Hmm.
she, for those of you that do not know Lonnie, she is a writer and a publicist and has written number one, has spearheaded number one best-selling, internationally best-selling and best-selling anthologies um, for quite a while now.
Hmm.
Those of you who have heard of Lonnie may have heard of her Rattled Awake series, which there's anthology which talks about events that have woken you up or rattled you awake and made you have a different perspective on something,
Hmm.
um, and take action on it. um, so she just a few weeks ago she just published Rattled Awake, the Liberty Edition, Volume 10.
Hmm.
And in a few weeks from now, she is going to be doing Rattled Awake Volume 11,
Hmm.
and she's uh, picked a topic of mental health. Um,
Hmm.
so all of the authors in that anthology will be writing some sort of story or experience around mental health, whether it's a parent, a service provider for people with mental health issues, somebody struggling with mental health issues, somebody recovered from some kind of, doing better from, or being more stable with their mental health diagnosis, things like that. On Thursday, she did a flagship edition of her Bullied anthology, which is a completely different um, angle or completely different subject matter from Rattled Awake. And it talks about, I believe there's a total of 9 authors in this, co-authors in this anthology. And it talks about bullying and Mini, stop. Talks about bullying and from all different angles, all different types of bullying: workplace bullying, school bullying,
Hmm.
social bullying, social, social. Hold on a second.
Mhm. Yeah. So
social injustices and all that kind of stuff. And that anthology is going to launch this Thursday. This Thursday, and you'll be able to get a copy on launch day for free through Amazon.
yeah,
So
yeah.
through Kindle. But it's important. The stories are important. And Lonnie, the reason I wanted to hold on, let me let her out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll be
So
right back.
yeah, Lonnie is amazing, and
So go.
I want also to
But
acknowledge Lonnie and others that are advocating for anti-bullying and for mental health. You are muted. You are still muted. Yeah, you are still muted. So I'm going to continue to talk, alors, because you are still muted. So
what I wanted to say is the reason I wanted to illuminate Lonnie is because she's not afraid to tackle the tough topics that a lot of other people might be a little leery about tackling. And, she'll bring the topics to the forefront.
hmm,
Um, and
yeah,
she does it in a very respectful way,
yeah.
and a way that allows the reader to and the writers to tell their story in a way that'll connect, but it won't traumatize the reader.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
these are the reasons that I wanted to illuminate Lonnie. Um,
Okay. So I will let you take care about your dog. I'm going to continue. You are free to go back when your dog is fed
yeah,
or
no, I'm
whatever.
gonna I'm gonna go take care of her now, but I will come right back.
Yes, of course. So thank you so much, Sharon. And now I'm going also to be fair, as aside illuminating Lonnie, I would like also to eliminate two other people, and I would like also to see um, all the three cooperating to help each other, because as Angelica says, we don't compete, we complete. And so I would like also to eliminate aside Lonnie, Dr. Constance Leland, and of course Susanna, that were doing two anthologies, and now the third is going to be running. So she was doing beginning of this year Beyond Boundaries, and then Beyond Boxes, and now there is the third anthology, Rebel with a Cause. So I'm going to show now the profile of CJ, aka Dr. Constance Leland. So feel free to connect with her and to also discover her anthologies with Susanna. And then also, I'm going to also illuminate a third person. And I know that they have different vibes, but at the same time, I would like to eliminate the three of them because they are both in publishing, editing, and making things evolving. So aside Lonnie, I would like to eliminate also Dr. Constance Leland Akasiche, and also Nick, the GBW, which is like stands for gifted bipolar writer. And aside that, of course, I would like to eliminate a fourth person because it's a special day today. I would like to eliminate Crystal Behe, if I will pronounce her last name. That is a Phoenix, Crystal Phoenix Riding. And so she is also partaking in lots of anthologies and advocating for domestic violence and also trafficking, I think, all these
Yes,
kind of traumas.
she's Crystal. Advocates for victims of domestic violence, works with victims of domestic violence, uh, survivors of domestic violence to help them rebuild their lives. She also works with Lexi Martin or Alexandria Martin on
That's why,
Inspire.
yeah, that's one the one that I would like to also illuminate because I was just thinking about Alexandria. Yes, she is also amazing. I was hearing her each time that I hear her in the audio room. She's amazing, and she leaves me also amazing audio messages. She's really hard on her hand. Her heart is on her hand, and it's really amazing to see things going up and uplifting. We need
Yes.
lotus flowers. So, and you are also lotus flower. So you will be also, dear Sharon, the fifth person illuminating, and
Thank you,
also
Ollie.
as you insist, I will also name myself as
Thank you.
the sixth person to eliminate. So
Okay.
yeah,
Wait, wait. So, for anybody watching live or on the replay, I did want to illuminate Ollie, even on his own broadcast, because Ollie is so great at illuminating and the light on others, and he doesn't give himself enough of a chance or enough credit to illuminate his own light. And he has been such a light in my life and has been so supportive of me and the things that I want to do. Thank you. I'm going to.
yeah. Thank you. It's with pleasure and humility that I receive that, because usually, I'm the
So,
last to receive.
so Ollie is an amazing human being, as most of you probably know. But for those of you that don't know, he is an amazing human being that always wants to shine the light on other people. But it's really important to me that I shine the light on Ollie, because my world, and I know a lot of other people's worlds, are a much better place because he's in it. And so, and because of how supportive he is of everybody else's mission and everybody else's interests, and making sure that they get their message out, that I just need to let you guys know, if you don't know him, you definitely want to connect with him, because he is an amazing person. He's all about languages and neuro linguistics, but he's also about mental health and helping others bring their missions forward. But also, mental health is very, very important to Ali. Um, Disability and neurodiversities are also very important topics to Ali. So he's a very diverse individual, multi passionate individual. And I don't think a lot of people know that about Ali. But he is very diverse and multi passionate. And he's just a wonderful, heart centered human being. So there you go, Ali.
I will try to breathe, to be silent, and to receive. Thank you so much. I am honored because my struggle lies in the receiving end, because I give, and it's a blessing to receive, so I receive it. And at the same time, it is, and it will be always a challenge for me, because it's like, what I receive, I give. And at some point, also, I need also to say, okay, let me allow myself to receive even a little bit, instead of, okay, boomerang. You know, it's like, okay, I give, but it's also to be in the position to receive, and to acknowledge that I am part of this world, and that what matters is not the material thing, is the joy. The famous quote from Maya Angelou: "They will not remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel," and that's the most important. And so, this evening, with this special evening, we are eliminating 6%. So it's amazing, because when I want to eliminate Lonnie, I want also to eliminate CJ and Nick, because they are doing great things. And of course, later on, I can also eliminate other people, but these are the six, and I allow, and I accept to be part of the six, which is a true challenge, but it's okay. Aside that, dear Sharon, do you have any events in the next days?
I actually, the biggest things that I've been working on right now, Ollie, are I just finished this weekend going through the writing process for my next chapter in Lonnie Ray's Bullied anthology. So that was a project that I was working on. There's actually going to be I'll actually have 3 chapters in that anthology, maybe 4, because she's breaking it up into subject matters: workplace bullying,
Hmm.
school bullying, social bullying, and some other categories. After that, I am also working on designing or developing on creating a master class um, that will be geared to helping parents learn how to uh, navigate and create more harmony between their working and their parenting life. Because right now, a lot of parents feel like they have to choose, and they between work, between time spent at work and time spent with their families. And it's never a 50-50 situation, never at all a 50-50 situation, but sometimes it'll be a 60-40 one way or the other, or any denomination of numbers that get you up to 100. But I want to teach parents how they can kind of create more of a harmony within themselves and not have to feel like they're being made to choose. So I'm going to be creating a master class. That master class will be being given or for the first time in about 3 weeks. And so that's what I'm working on right now. And also, I'm working on giving the Thrive Alliance, which is a community center that I'm working on developing with 2 other coaches that I know. And that project is going to be a brick and mortar building, but it's also going to be on services are going to be offered online and in nature. And we're going to start locally and within the states, but then we're hoping to branch it out to be a global communities that get built to bring families, corporations and communities back together again, because it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to get any goal that you have for anybody's life and your community. You have to work together, and right now there's so much fragmentation and such discord between a lot of people. We want to try and bring the harmony back together. So those are the things that I'm working on. And how about
Hmm.
you, my friend? What are you working on these days?
Well, first I was honoring my brain by I found a pun that could be interesting for you, for having a tagline: um, harmony without harm on we.
Yeah, I like
Like
that.
there is harmony without harm on we.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
can you send that to my LinkedIn?
Of course I will. Of course I
I
will.
love the way you play on words.
Yeah.
I,
So
I
it's
it is a skill. I mean, I thought I was good with playing with words, but you take the cake, you trump me big time. I
some.
love it.
Yeah, sometimes I found more than a cherry within the cake. It's like I don't know if you have that. It's a galette des rois, and it's like king pancake, and you have a little gift inside. And if you found it, either you are the man and you are the king, either you are the woman and you are
Yep.
the queen. And it's like having 16 or 25 little thingy within the cake. So it's
I
like, woo.
For all of you that are watching replay or live, if you need help with titles, with taglines, with copy, where you want to make it very original and have there be some kind of play on words, Ali is your man.
Thank you. And Sharon, share on. Onwards, share on.
I
Yeah.
certainly will continue to share on.
Yeah. So about my events, as always, I do each day the refresh your brain, like 25 minutes. Normally each week on Tuesday, I host longer sessions hosting guests, like to this evening it was you, or surprise guests. Sometimes there are guests, sometimes I'm on my own, but it's okay. And then that's for the refresh your brain. Then the Friday is only presents, where I spotlight someone. Last Friday it was April. The Friday before it was Jess. And on Saturday there is a Saturday mental health. Last Saturday it was a free zone and it was like amazing 2 hour session with Michelle Ramos. The Saturday before it was George Ackerman with talking about Parkinson's disease. And
Is that
so
weekly?
yeah, it's weekly. And
Okay.
so even if I don't have any guests, I will make it happen. Like whoever wants to join and have the space
Okay.
is welcome. That's for the Saturdays. And aside that, there are a lot of things going on. I'm part of also the 50 inspirational connections. So I will be spotlight on video aside 49 other humans. Aside that, there is also my participation gifted from the universe to Rebel with a Cause. That was like, woo, I won the prize. So it was the universe telling me, oh, you got it right again. So that's really a
You
blessing.
you reminded me, Ollie. I must say, I didn't mean to leave it out, but I am also part of the 50 inspirational
Yeah,
um, individual people, as chosen by CJ and her, Dr. Constance Leland,
yeah.
um, and her team at Level Up Academy. So I'm very
Mhm.
grateful for that. And I also wanted to mention that I have written in Beyond Boxes, which was an anthology done with Susanna Dawn and also with uh, Dr. CJ. And I'm very grateful for that opportunity. So I know I spotlighted Lonnie just because I don't feel like you, Lonnie doesn't shine her own light for herself. So as much as I think she should. So I try and help the people that don't spotlight themselves as much as I think they should. I try and
And
shine the spotlight.
that's why you try also to spotlight me because I never spotlight myself either.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
I totally understand. And it's
And so, but I don't want to leave Dr. CJ out or Susanna out, but I was spotlighting Lonnie because she's got a lot of projects that I'm involved with right now going on. And so, but also I just wanted to say, if I may, Ali, I forgot to mention one very important thing. Tomorrow I'll be doing an audio room at 5 p.m. Eastern with my colleagues that are involved with me in building out the Thrive Alliance that I was telling you that that I just mentioned. So we're going to be doing an audio room, and whoever's watching live or on the replay, if you can make it, we want to be able to answer any questions you guys may have, tell you a little bit more about what we're what we're doing, what we're envisioning, and just looking forward to continuing to make this world a better place.
yeah, that's it. In our own energy, making this world a better place, and that's why also I would like to share that I am also part of a Genlin program, and that I'm after 4 years of not pushing my brand, I'm going to rebrand to change probably the colors or I don't know to make my logo a new logo, and to really push more French Holly and to make it more me also. And that's thanks to Jenlin because she is also someone that has the heart on their hand and
Hmm.
really committing to deliver amazing value since many weeks, since 3 to 4 weeks with her. She delivered amazing value, sometimes without time limitation. So she is
Are
really
you
passionate.
Speaking of Jen Lin and being in her class, because I know we're in that class together, will you be participating in the summit where you do
Ah,
the?
yeah, that's it also. I was forgetting that also. And there is a summit on the 14th of August. So, my
Mhm.
friends, it's boiling out there. I know now I have to really master my nervous
And you're
system.
and you're also going to be in the. Aren't you going to be in the anthology with CJ and Susanna, the Rebel with a Cause?
Yeah,
Are you?
that's what I was promoting. I don't know if you
Yeah.
catch what I said, but that
Oh,
I thought
sorry.
about
No, I
that.
didn't catch that
No,
one,
it's
but yeah.
okay. It's okay. And so
I
yeah,
just want to make
so
sure you didn't leave any of your greatness out, Ollie. That's all.
no, but the greatness is the we. There is in the wisdom there is we wisdom. So the greatness is not only from me; it's from others because
No, I
we,
agree. But I don't want you to leave your piece of the weed wisdom out.
of course, I understand, but at the
So
same time, it's me that does the work because I am intentional to do the work and I do the work. And at the same time, without people like you, without people like Jenlin or CJ, I would probably do nothing. And it's thanks to
we
CJ that I'm committing things and I'm doing things because she is putting deadlines. You know, the book is going to be released, so I'm not going to say, "Oh, it's okay. I will write in the autumn, in winter." No, it's like move on, go. So
the
it's like
deadline
the
counts,
better
don't you?
way. The better way is to have accountability buddies and to say, okay, there is a project, there is a deadline, boom, 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 and then it's released. So that's
Yep.
so with that, my friend Sharon, thank you so much for joining on the stage. As always, each day to refresh your brain. But
Wait, before you go, Ollie, can I ask you one quick question?
yes, of course.
Okay, cool. With your rebranding, because I see right here in your title you have the brain refrencher and the igniter. Are you keeping the igniter somehow in your branding? Because you do uh, put the light on other people. Are you?
Well, it's just a title. It's just like human igniter,
Hmm.
human supporter is like a label that I put myself. But I'm not refresher comes from refresh your brain, and it's a
No, I know,
sub
and I
brand.
know that you said I know that you mentioned that you're rebranding
Hmm.
around refrench your brain, and I'm just wondering if when you do your rebranding, you're gonna kind of maybe stick in there that you are somebody who shines the light on people too.
Hmm. That's a valid point. You are speculating great questions because, in fact, I realize and I can share that I have a new client and
Hmm.
she is searching for vocabulary in French. But I feel
Hmm.
the most important is to also seek for confidence. And where there is practice, there is confidence.
This is
And
true.
then in igniting people in telling that's why I love also to say that there is also my community that I really crave to birth once for all, that is the
Hmm.
love community, language alchemist united group of humans. And so it could be also igniter. So it's like, you know, Genlin has a lot of brands, of sub brands. So it could be like I can play with that, like the Lego, like the Tetris,
Yeah,
whatever.
because if I remember correctly from what you shared and what we're learning in class, we can be multi passionate about things. So I'm just wondering if you're going to tie into your branding the the refresh your brain, the spotlighting others, and your commitment to mental health. And
Yeah,
so
all I think all is linked. I cannot separate
it is
all.
linked.
And
It
also
is linked.
I can add multiple ropes in arrows in my elbow because I want also to explore. But when the other things are set up, I would like to explore healing through words, like poetry as a medicine, for instance.
Yeah, yeah. That's
And
why I'm
I
saying.
love that because in French there is an expression that I found, les mots, and mot is MOTS. Pour guérir les mots, MOUX. And MOTS is words, and MOUX, which is pronounced differently, a bit differently, but the same, les mots pour guérir nos mots. It's this is mot. It comes from mal, bad,
Mm-hmm.
because mot is the plural of mal. Un mal des mots.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So it will
You
be
know
an.
that I you know that I could talk to you all day, Ollie, but I
Of
know it's getting
course,
late where you are. Um,
it will be a nice demo for using demo to heal demo. So
yeah,
I can play with that for hours also.
yeah, I'm sure you can. Well,
Yeah.
we will do this. I am here to be a guest on your show or your shows anytime you wish, and you know that I'm working behind the scenes and I know that I have your support with my YouTube channel and some LinkedIn lives and audio rooms coming up down the pipe.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And by the way, I can say also publicly in the announcement that I'm happy to help you with that. I'm also happy to help some friends because I don't want to do only that all my days, but I'm exploring CapCut right now. People are exploring Canva and I'm exploring CapCut because I'm in the video. And by the
all right,
way, I'm going to show what I made few days ago and I'm going to be back with you. But let's see the video that I made.
okay,
Welcome
cool.
to ReFrench Your Brain. Bienvenue, a session where you can stretch your brain and presented by Oli. Don't forget to embark your heart. Let's go!
So
I love it.
that was the first my first incursion in CapCut doing a video.
I love it.
And then I made also the video for the 50 inspirational, and also I made a video with fireworks. So I explore CapCut. So if you like, I found also that there is a transcription thing. I truly believe that if we want to be present in the disability universe, we need also to include the people that cannot hear, and that's why using the transcript for people that cannot hear you, like
Yep,
that they can read, it's good.
the
So
captions.
I can also bring your video into transcription, and they are accurate 97% of the time, so it's great. And I'm really enjoying it, so I'm going to explore that.
Cool. I'm so happy for you, and I appreciate all the support and all the help. And I just wanted to make sure that all your greatness gets. You know, that's why I'm saying when you mentioned the rebranding, that's why I just wanted to ask you if you were going to maybe think of putting some of that stuff in the branding.
That's
So
it. And so also feel free. I have a question for you
sure.
that will be as challenging as your question to me. When is your next live stream?
When is my next live stream? Um, oh, you and I are gonna have to get together so that we can coordinate the live stream because unless something's changed, I know you're gonna do the back end. Ooh, we have somebody um who came on. I don't know who though because it just says
Yeah,
link.
Chanda Brown, and she confirms that I am great, which is like
Hi and hi Shanda, and I agree that Ali is great.
as you, Chanda, as you. I still don't receive as much as I could, but thank you so much for the compliment. And we are wrapping on this session. You are welcome in another time, Chanda, to go on stage. And by the way, following your question, my question, Sharon,
Yeah.
what about this next Saturday for mental health?
What about this Saturday coming
Yeah,
for me to be part of the live stream?
yeah, to about your
Okay.
topic.
What time is that? Remind me.
Anytime.
Yeah, then let's do it.
Cool. So that choose your topic, and then we can set it up on Saturday. It will be the next Saturday mental health.
All right. Sounds
That's
good. I
when
will. I will get. I'm excited. I will get in touch with you. We'll brainstorm on some topic ideas. I have some ideas. We'll brainstorm, and then we'll get it together.
that's what I like. It's when I know what I'm going to do this Saturday, not being what will I do? Which will I invite? Boom, Sharon.
All right. We're
Yeah,
we're we're in. We're in. We're good. You and I'll brainstorm. I have some ideas. We'll brainstorm.
Yeah, and Chanda, you are also welcome if you want to join
Yeah,
on
Shanda,
Saturday.
let's go. You gonna join us Saturday?
Yeah, hopefully. We will also tell you the hour.
Hope to see you there.
Yeah,
So yeah,
we will tell you the time also, so that you can shine your light.
yeah.
With that, I'm going very soon to end this room.
Well, thank you
And
for having me again, Ali. It's always so much fun to be around you and be around your energy, and I just appreciate you so much. And yeah, thanks.
with joy. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank
And
you.
keep shining, everyone. Thank you so much. And keep embarking your heart. Bye.